Goeienaand, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And just so that you're in the picture, there won't be a live stream this Sunday. We had an extensive live stream yesterday on Saturday, and because of that I've decided to give tonight a break, but certainly things should go back to normal next weekend. And hopefully next week we'll have live streams as well, but just so you're in the picture. Now, let's get back to what's going on in South Africa. And I've talked extensively now about the fracturing between different wings of the ANC and the tribalism that's becoming very apparent within the ANC. You have to look no further than the way xenophobia is just becoming rampant right through the townships in South Africa. It's becoming quite disturbing. But getting back to the parliamentary side, and the public protector, who's supposed to be one of the highest judicial people in the country, her role is very, very much under question now, and her motives even more so. Because she is clearly in the Zuma, or the Zulu, Ace Magashula camp. And let us not forget that Zuma is not out of the woods either, even though his son was found not guilty of reckless driving last week and being involved in an accident where someone died. But Zuma is now going to have to face the Zondo Commission. And whether he's got to get up and give evidence or not is another question. But on this Monday, he is before the courts again. And here's Zuma doing his little Zuma celebration. Let's have a look at that first before we continue on this.
Zuma must fall, Zuma must fall, Zuma must fall, Zuma must fall, Zuma.
And Ramaphosa, as I've said before, is not a Zulu. He is, in fact, not a Xhosa either, or one of the two major groups. So he's kind of like out on his own. And what's actually happening in South Africa right now, and I talked about this before the election in May, I said it became very clear that after the election, the Zuma camp would be trying to dispose of Ramaphosa, Hippois, in any way possible. And that is clearly what they're up to now, using people like the public protector. Let's hear what's going on with that. Now remember, Gordhan, who's a close friend of Ramaphosa's, is in the Ramaphosa camp, so he's a target as well by the Zuma mob. A key witness that Public Protector Busisiwe Mkhwebane quotes in her report, and Public Enterprise Minister Pravin Gordhan has told the paper he was never a member of the South African Revenue Services, or SARS, rogue unit. In fact, according to the article, Kaletso Bizowski Manyiki worked as a law interpreter in the Legal Administration and Policy Division at SARS and later in debt collection. Mkhwebane's report, which claims Gordhan was a mastermind behind the SARS unit, lists Manyiki as a former SARS special agent. Manyiki told the paper that he did not know he featured in the report and that the public protector must have been confused as he has never been involved in the unit. Manyiki told the publication that he did submit a complaint to the Public Protector's Office in 2014 after he was demoted at SARS. He told the paper that as part of his complaint he submitted a 2010 dossier that was allegedly compiled by disgraced former SARS official Michael Pega, who made claims about the SARS rogue unit. Thuli Madonsela, who was a public protector at the time, told Manyiki to approach the Commission for Conciliation, Mediation and Arbitration, where he lost his case. He later resigned from SARS and is currently unemployed. Piga was fired from SARS after he moonlighted as a rhino poacher, according to City Press. Piga and the late Leonard Radebe were fingered in 2009 in a confidential report as the authors behind a dossier called Broken Arrow, which was circulated in several iterations to allege that a covert investigation unit at the Commission had gone rogue and that racism was rampant. Piga was a member of the SARS National Research Group, or NRG, and was on leave when he was arrested on Christmas Day 2008 as a suspect in a rhino poaching syndicate. Radebe was chief operating officer and resigned after his ties with Dave King and Glenn Agliotti came to light. The paper reported that Mkhwebane never contacted Manyiki to interview him about the dossier. He said the only time that the Public Protector's Office called him was to ask if he had Piga's contacts, which he said he did not. Mkhwebane found in her report that Gordhan was guilty of maladministration and violating the prescripts of the National Strategic Intelligence Act, as well as the Constitution, for the establishment of an intelligence unit at the SARS in 2007. Gordhan was SARS Commissioner between 2001 and 2009. The Public Protector recommended action be taken against President Cyril Ramaphosa, Speaker of the National Assembly Thandi Modise, State Security Minister Ayandi Dlodlo, National Director of Public Prosecutions Shamila Batoi, and Police Commissioner Kela Sitoli. The paper wrote that Mkhwebane copied word for word allegations that were contained in the Broken Arrow dossier, but ascribed them to Manyiki. Gordhan has filed court papers in an urgent bid to get Mkhwebane's remedial actions dismissed. In a statement issued on Sunday, the EFF accused the paper of deliberately misleading its readers by stating that the source of the whole report is one individual who they, with contradictions, describe as weed smoking and a former SARS employee. EFF spokesperson Mbuyiseni Ndlozi said, "The Sunday Times must decide if it wants to be a newspaper or newsletter of the rogue unit. Its direction under Tisu Black Star and evidently under the new owners is completely factional and unethical. News platforms must always tell the truth and should not be used as tools to shield political principles." Good one, coming from the EFF, isn't it? And Ndlozi said the Public Protector's remedial action are binding unless set aside by a court of law. Now, it's going to be a very interesting week coming up from a political perspective, because what you've really got is, as I said to you at the start, these two large factions within the ANC, which are at each other's throats. And as reported earlier last week, you've also got a general public who are at the ANC's throat. So you've actually got like a trifecta of things happening right now. As municipal services break down and people get really peed off with what's going on in South Africa, and you've got all the burnings and the lootings and the rioting and all that sort of stuff, which comes as collateral damage with the larger black population. It's going to be a very, very interesting week ahead. All right, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed, ring the bell for updates, and have a great evening.